After a season filled with challenges and a tiring year, several exciting pieces of news are emerging for the team, including even more promising updates today. Let's analyze everything right now. I'm grateful for everyone's support. Let's get straight to the point, without further interruptions. I asked what you think the team will do in their opening games, specifically how they will fare in the first 4 games of the season. Without a doubt, there are many factors to consider in these matchups. I've gathered everything in a survey. In summary, each of these 4 opponents presents uncertain scenarios. For example, with the Seahawks, we still don't know how Sam Darnold will perform in this offense. We need more clarity on whether QBack can independently take on the role of offensive coordinator. Therefore, we'll have to wait and see. Moving on to the Saints, the question revolves around who will be the quarterback. Will it be Jameis Winston? That's the indication from recent reports, but the team still doesn't have a reliable starting quarterback. So, this situation remains open. Regarding the Cardinals, they've shown potential in areas like the draft, but the big question is whether they will finally manage to become a competitive team. And of course, we have the Jaguars. Is Trevor Lawrence really a good quarterback? That's still an unknown. I asked for your predictions about the team's performance after the first 4 games, and most of you spoke up. 61% believe the record will be 4 wins and no losses. This means that the team will win all 4 of these opening games, with 2 on the road and 2 at home. I accept this prediction. 28% of you are betting on a result of 3 wins and 1 loss. 3% of you are. I'm uncertain. When I asked about the record after the first 4 games of the season, most, 61%, believe the team will come out victorious in all, with a 4-0 record. The 49ers will win these first 4 games, 2 away and 2 at home. I agree with this expectation. 28% of you indicated that it will be 3-1. 3% of you are being overly optimistic. Well, I'd like to highlight some comments before we dive into the good news, but analyzing the entire schedule is complex. Games against the Seahawks, Cardinals, and Rams are difficult to predict, and we'll face each of them twice. Depending on which version of the Houston team shows up, they might also present a challenge. Looking at the schedule as a whole, I'm grateful for the commenters' input. This is an aspect that always gives me trouble with division games, as at the start of the season, teams tend to seem stronger than they really are, as happened with the Cardinals. I've been through many off-seasons thinking that this team would be tough to face, and many times that didn't materialize. So, it's an interesting point to consider. I appreciate the comment and agree. About the Seahawks, it's really hard to predict what kind of team we will have this year. They might prove to be a formidable opponent. The Rams, in theory, should be better than last season, a tricky rival. However, there are many factors that make me hesitate, like Stafford's uneven performance last year. Is he in decline? We don't know. Another interesting comment came from a fan who predicted a record of 13-4, division champions of the NFC West, a game in the NFC Championship, and a Super Bowl run. I wouldn't say it's an easy situation, but it's definitely a good opportunity for the team with respect to the schedule. Let's dive deeper as we progress with the updates from the previous video, which brings more good news. If you're already up to date with everything involving the schedule, you can skip to the next section of the video. I will delve into this topic as we explore the updates from yesterday's video, bringing even more interesting information. If you already know all the details of the schedule, feel free to move forward by tapping twice on the right side of the screen to proceed to the next part of the video. However, there are several aspects that were not covered during yesterday's discussion about the schedules, as they hadn't been released yet. So, I'd like to do a quick update on this topic. What a transformation a year can bring. The 49ers now have 31 more days, a whole extra month of rest compared to the exhausting 2024 schedule. Of course, last year, the 49ers faced an unfavorable rest situation. This time, things look a bit more positive. Naturally, there are still 2 games to be defined at the end of the season, and we don't know exactly how that will unfold, but assuming all the games occur on Sundays, everything aligns that way. The 49ers have the least demanding schedule based on last season's performance. Indeed, they have the lowest strength of schedule, which is good news. I was momentarily surprised, wondering if I had misinterpreted this. They have a positive edge in terms of rest compared to their opponents, ranking 3rd in the NFC. They'll only face 4 games against teams that made the playoffs last year. Their defense is young, but they're confident in making the playoffs in 2025. The 49ers' schedule is the easiest since the 2015 Falcons season. None of their last 7 games will be against teams that were in the playoffs in 2024. All of this is quite encouraging. The 49ers have the lightest schedule in the league. They won't face teams coming off a bye week or a mini-bye, including the Thursday night break. They maintain a positive differential that places them among the best last season and continues to be a highlight this season. In this regard, when reviewing the rankings, the Detroit Lions are in the lead with the best rest differential. Both the 49ers and the Lions come off a season marked by severe injuries, undoubtedly. So, considering this new rest situation, it seems the league recognized the need to act. Both teams are indeed major contenders. Detroit, for instance, has been standing out recently, gaining national recognition. And it seems the league took care to ease the burden for these franchises, ensuring they wouldn't face such tough rest conditions. Reviewing the Lions' schedule, it's clear they have one of the most challenging schedules in the league. This is, of course, due to the division they're in, the NFC North, but also because they face a pretty tough slate and could really benefit from more days of rest. The 49ers aren't too far behind in this regard. Observing, the Rams have a challenge slightly ahead of the 49ers, but they too face tougher matchups. They'll face the Lions and the Eagles, plus another tough game they'll have to take on. So, the 49ers' overall schedule still looks considerably better, even with a slight advantage of an extra day of rest. The 49ers are determined to return to the playoffs in 2025. Analyzing the forecasts, the lowest projection suggests 10 wins and 7 losses. This is the minimum expectation. Interestingly, this seems to be an established pattern since the start of last season, before a series of setbacks. Looking at the playoff competition preparation, it's crucial that the team doesn't suffer more than 7 losses, as that would create a significant hurdle. Expectations are clearly defined. Personally, I keep my expectations a bit more modest, but that's related to my comfort level and not necessarily what it should be. I'm truly excited about the upcoming season. Additionally, I'm currently organizing my data and forecasts for next year. Although there are still many details to be clarified, these forecasts will continue to improve as the season progresses. Right now, I'm planning for 4 games, followed by another 4, then 4 more, and ending with 5 games. I've thought about how many I need to face. So it's really 4, 4, 4, and 5 as I take them on one by one in the coming days. We'll revisit these predictions later in the week or maybe over the weekend. If you haven't noticed, the team wrapped up a contract with their first-round pick, securing a fully guaranteed 4-year deal worth $25 million. It's not surprising that the deal was finalized. This type of negotiation is typically expected, but it's always gratifying to see it come through. Another interesting point I'd like to address is a revealing article about why a player was considered a suitable addition to the team's blocking scheme. This piece is filled with valuable insights and is exactly the type of positive news fans want to hear at this stage of the season as we assess various draft picks. In the end, it worked out for the GM to select an offensive lineman with the 149th pick. He seems like a great fit for the system. One of Iowa's key traits is that they run a similar system with multiple outside zones. This allows an athlete like him to perform roles that we also carry out, and he executes them efficiently. The transition to meet the blocking scheme requirements should be pretty smooth. He noticed that there are many similarities, but he also acknowledges that there are areas where he needs to improve in order to contribute effectively to the team. It's a promising start, and it looks like the adaptation will be relatively easy to meet the blocking scheme's demands. He stated that there are many similarities, but also recognizes there are several areas where he needs to improve to contribute to the team in the best possible way. While keeping an optimistic outlook, the full picture is not yet fully defined. Next, it was suggested that the team might have opted for an offensive player if a specific player hadn't been available at the 11th pick. The expectation was that another team would select that player in the 9th spot. The team might have gone with an offensive lineman who ended up being chosen by that other team. In the 2nd round, the team chose a defensive lineman, rating him higher than another player who was selected shortly afterward. In the 3rd round, The team took a player with the 100th pick after other teams selected offensive linemen in consecutive picks. Naturally, questions arise about whether the team missed some opportunities in these situations, especially since it didn't happen in the first round, but the point is clear. These players were really on the team's radar? There were certainly signs they were. So let's reflect on that for a moment. After the draft, the team addressed some needs on the offensive line to complete their off-season roster. The team signed an undrafted rookie and also brought in 2 veteran offensive linemen. Although it was widely reported that the team also added a veteran, several sources informed that no final deal has been concluded yet. This is quite intriguing, as it was the athlete's agent who made this announcement. To wrap up, there was something I expected and forgot to mention earlier, which was what another player had said. Let me find that again. There are indeed many areas where I need to improve to contribute to the team in any way I can. Did I miss it? Where is it? Just a moment. I was eagerly awaiting its arrival and failed to notice that it was actually scheduled earlier, which was exactly what had been mentioned. Let me go back and find that detail again. There are various areas where enhancements are crucial to provide value to the team in any way possible. Did I miss it? Where is it? Just a moment. It might be the first one, and I could have overlooked it again. I usually work a lot in external areas, so seeing a player implement our strategies suggests he is capable of performing well. You know what? I had saved a screenshot and must have overlooked it. Talking about his performance, yes, his stats at right tackle and his experience there. He has also played inside as a left guard. Thus, he has experience in both roles, which matches what the team seems to be searching for in offensive linemen. We experienced a similar situation last year with another player who showcased considerable versatility across different positions on the line. He played almost every position except one during his college football career. Therefore, he has extensive experience. He comes in as an athlete, and consider this. They brought on a player who not only has experience both inside and outside, but also possesses athleticism. Think about it. He was drafted in the 7th round, selected 249 in the 2025 draft class. He received a relative athletic score of 95 out of 100. That is impressive. This rating positions him among the top guards from 1987 to 2025. During that period, he was ranked 87th out of 1,730 guards. That's quite an extraordinary relative athletic score for a 7th-round selection. It's remarkable. The organization secured a player who matches their preferred profile. They're looking for someone who fits well within the scheme, is adaptable, and versatile, at least from a collegiate perspective. This aligns exactly with what scouts mentioned about another player a year ago, right? Almost exactly 1 year ago, perhaps precisely 1 year ago. So, I'm genuinely excited about this prospect. Clearly, another player has also joined from Colorado State. There are a few undrafted talents and free agents who have also signed. We will see how things develop. Was it around August? Almost exactly a year ago, maybe precisely 1 year ago. I'm truly excited about this player. There is clearly another player who came in from Colorado State. Several undrafted players arrived, or a few free agents as well. We'll see how everything unfolds. It's just a 90-man roster. So many will have to be released, but I am enthusiastic about what the team has achieved so far. Yes, it would have been preferable in some ways to draft an offensive lineman early when there was plenty of talent, but not at the expense of other considerations when it came to those choices. The hope is that these players will become significantly impactful for the team down the line. I appreciate the strategy and planning involved. Share your opinions on the recent selections. If there's a belief that an opportunity was missed by not targeting offensive linemen earlier in the draft, that approach could have been taken. The team opted not to. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a stunning turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, Micah Parsons, the dynamic linebacker from the Dallas Cowboys, has been traded to the San Francisco 49ers. This unexpected move has immediately sparked intense speculation and excitement among fans and analysts alike, marking one of the most surprising trades of the season. Micah Parsons, widely regarded as one of the most explosive and versatile defensive players in the league, has been a cornerstone of the Cowboys' defense since being drafted. Known for his incredible speed, agility, and football IQ, Parsons quickly established himself as a game-changer on the field. His ability to rush the passer, cover tight ends, and make critical tackles made him a nightmare for opposing offenses and a fan favorite in Dallas. The trade to the 49ers represents a significant shift for Parsons, who now joins one of the NFL's most storied franchises. San Francisco has been steadily building a formidable team, especially on defense, and Parsons' addition is expected to further elevate their status as a top contender. The 49ers have long been known for their aggressive, physical defense, and Parsons' skill set fits perfectly within their scheme. His presence will undoubtedly strengthen their linebacker core and bring a new level of intensity to their defensive front. This move also signals a strategic adjustment for the Cowboys. While the departure of Parsons leaves a noticeable gap in their defense, it appears Dallas is focusing on reshaping their roster and addressing other areas of need. The trade could involve valuable assets or draft picks coming back to Dallas, allowing the team to rebuild and strategize for the future. For the Cowboys, this is both an end of an era and the start of a new chapter. For Micah Parsons, the transition to the 49ers offers fresh opportunities and challenges. He will be expected to quickly adapt to a new system and contribute to a team with championship aspirations. Fans in San Francisco are eagerly anticipating seeing Parsons in action, hoping his high-energy play will be a catalyst for a deep playoff run. Parsons' move also raises intriguing questions about how his presence will change the dynamics of the NFC West and the broader NFL landscape. Overall, this trade is a blockbuster that redefines the defensive landscape in the NFL. Micah Parsons' unexpected move from the Cowboys to the 49ers not only shakes up two franchises, but also sets the stage for an exciting and unpredictable season ahead. As fans digest this surprising news, all eyes will be on Parsons to see how he leverages this new opportunity and whether the 49ers can capitalize on the immense talent they have just acquired. This development will surely be one of the most talked about stories in football circles in the months to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.